This is another episode of me documenting the day-to-day process that I'm taking to achieve long-term consistency in the financial market, and I'm uploading out of my normal upload schedule. It's midnight here, damn near 11:47 p.m. I want to start this video out by just using this as kind of like a mile marker of where I'm at in my journey. Not for you guys, not to put it out there, but kind of for me, so I can look back on this video and just remind myself where I'm at, kind of the depth of my struggle, where it went, how low it went. And at the same time, I was trading at my best. So if you look at my recent videos, you know that I've been literally milking the situation that has gone in my life recently. My girlfriend of 6 years broke up with me. And I'll be honest, I tried to fix this for the last week and a half. I did my best. I put a lot of work into it. I understood her problem on a deep level, and it's to of no avail. I've just gotten to a point where I know that I need to just move the fuck on, and I gotta keep moving, because life is 20% what happens to you and 80% how you respond, and I was not responding in the way that would lead to the optimal life trajectory. Let's just call it that. Because obviously, you date someone for 6 years, you think you're gonna get married to them, you share all these visions, these dreams with them, they leave you. You're devastated, obviously. It's heartbreak. We all go through it one way or another. But it's how we react to the bad things that happen in our life. And reviewing my mental toughness, how I've responded to the situation, I've basically just sought the easy way out, which is try to fix it, try to get back together. But that might not be the best outcome. That might not yield the most meaningful results. This breakup could be for better or it could be for worse, depending on how I use it. And I refuse to let this bring me down, but I have been over the past week and a half. I have literally not been myself. You guys know how I am. Extremely disciplined, extremely regimented. I never fold. I never miss a day, never miss a beat. I don't miss. I don't fucking miss. But I've not been myself. And like I said, I've been seeking the easy way out. Just fix it. Just try to get back with her. Try to fix the problem that you have. But it's just not going to work. It just really is not going to work. So I have to accept the situation for what it is. And I can either let that drag me down to the depths of new lows, or I can use this to just unlock a new version of myself. Now I have absolutely no excuse to be the greatest of all time. There's nothing standing my way. All I have is me, and all I really ever had was me. And I'm going to continue to bet on myself, because I know that I continue to show up day in, day out, regardless of what the fuck happens in my life. I may be knocked down for a week and a half, but there's no stopping. There's no fucking stopping. There's no stopping. I keep going. I keep showing up. And now, I said it, there's nothing that could stop me. There's no excuse as to why I can't become the best. Nothing. And I know there's been past versions of myself where I am just completely fucking dialed. Just a machine, like crazy shit. You guys wouldn't believe it. How I operate at times when I am myself, when I am my true self. And that's when I'm the happiest. That's when I feel the most fulfillment. Okay, I really don't care to have fun at all, because this is what I love doing. This is where my heart's at. This is where my passion is at. So I'm coming back home today. I also had spent time with my grandma. It's her birthday. We had a little family gathering, whatever. So told the family the news. Everyone's shocked because everybody thought I was going to marry this girl. But I come back home and I turn my computer on, and I just felt just a shiver go through my entire body, literally. And then it hit me. Like, this is it. Like, this is all I've got. It's just me and these motherfucking charts. That's it, bro. That's it. This is my passion. This is my heart. This is my craft. And I have the opportunity to perfect it, to refine it, to be precise with it, to care for it, to build it, to develop it every single day. And that's something that will never be taken away from me, no matter what. And this is where I'm fucking happy. And this is where my heart is at. So it doesn't matter what's going on outside the charts. This is where I'm happy. Sitting down, grinding my ass off every waking minute of the day, racing against the clock, doing this, pursuing greatness. And I just keep telling myself, and I can feel it, I know it too, I'm meant for more. Why did my relationship end? Why did she leave me? Why am I not with this girl? I mean, you got to think about why things happen. Seriously. And the only answer that I get is, I'm meant for more. I'm meant for more. And I feel like what has been holding me back, everything that has been holding me back, not even just a girlfriend, everything that's been holding me back is now eliminated out of my life. And I have no reason not to just be a fucking maniac. Because honestly, that's what I want to do, guys. I want to be great. I want to be great at this shit so that I can show you how to do it too. That's it. That's it. When you dedicate your life to one thing, you get exactly what you're looking for out of this life. And I know that. What is the one thing that I've dedicated my life to? It's this. This is where my heart is at. And again, this probably isn't going to be much of a review because, I mean, today's session was small red day, whatever. Barely missed the move. It is what it is. This trade that I should have had today would have funded the account. I would have passed the eval, but tomorrow's another trading day, and it's going to happen again. I'm not worried about it. But this is a mile marker for me because I finally found acceptance in the fact that my girlfriend has left me, and it's time to move on because I'm meant for more. That's it. That's it. And I'm going to keep putting these videos out there, and I'm going to keep showing up every day, and I'm going to keep being consistent, and I'm never going to miss a beat, and I'm going to keep studying, I'm going to keep learning, I'm going to keep getting better, I'm going to keep refining my skills, I'm going to keep training in the gym, I'm going to keep improving my physique, I'm going to keep making more money, I'm going to keep leveling up me as a character, and it's never going to stop. It's never going to stop. Let's play GTA in real fucking life. Let's make this shit a video game, and let's keep leveling up. And each level gets harder. But with where I'm at right now, with this trading, I've got it. I've got it. I know I do. Like, I'm getting really, really fucking good at trading. Really good. Really, really good. And the thing is I only get better too. That's the thing. It's a crazy, crazy point in my life. And I've been here at my parents' house for well over a year now since I moved out, went to college, moved back. It's been over a year, and I'm still here. But I'm going to trade my way out. I know I am. And my life's about to change a lot. Not much longer. I know it's coming soon, which is exactly why I'm recording this video. I'll look back on it and be like, damn. I mean, only I really know, or I'm the only one who really knows and know how I felt or how I feel in this time period, but I'll go back on this video and know, like, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. But there's so much other shit that I've had to go through. Like, I just sit back on it all, and I kind of just do one of these. Like one of these, you know? Like, head in hand, like, It's been a wild fucking ride, bro. It's been a wild ride. It's been crazy. And in the end, the only person who ever really believed in me was me. So, this video's not gonna get a lot of views. I know that. I don't care. This is more for me. And for some of you motherfuckers who really support the channel. And I appreciate that. I thank you. I'm literally only at 1,000 subscribers. But I know that within the next year or two, I'm going to have 100,000. So, you gotta have big visions for yourself. You gotta have big visions for yourself. Like, seriously, like, give yourself an aim, bro. Give yourself something to fucking reach for. Because you got one bite at the apple. You have one life, bro. And I'm not gonna hold myself back for a woman when I know that I can find exactly what I'm looking for in another woman. Was she great? Was she a good woman? Yes, she was. She was great. She was fantastic. She was awesome. Such a good girl. Okay. There's more out there. Like, you need to do this right now. You are meant for more. You don't have time to give a woman love and attention right now. You just can't. You got a fucking mission to accomplish. And this is just me coaching myself right now. So it's been 11 minutes of that kind of just talk. That's like a little mile marker. And then for those of you who are still sticking around at this point in the video, I guess I'll do a little breakdown of what actually happened today. So, I mean, look at these stats, bro. Look at these stats. My day win is damn near 50%. Trade win is obviously really low. Profit factor is almost 2. Look at my average win to loss. This is how I trade, bro. We got that low strike rate, high R model. And we're being patient, we're selective, and we're waiting for those high probability setups. Today's Wednesday, October 15th, 2025, small red day. Now, this is another day where the market does exactly what I was looking for, but I wasn't able to execute on it. Another problem, right? I'll solve that once I solve the problem that I'm working on right now. But I have not been able to work on it at all because of what's been going on in my life outside of the charts. So first thoughts and feelings, I really want to look for negative PGO, but I feel like this overnight move may not be the Judas swing because of the signatures it leaves and controlled demolition recently. I do know I would not be a buyer at these high prices. So read the narrative and read the market criteria that I'm about to outline to you, and then look at the fucking chart and you'll see this is what happened. We had that controlled demolition on Friday, and yesterday swept both sides of PDR, previous day range, closing inside of it. This tells me we could potentially be falling into consolidation, so I can look for sell opportunity if price leaves PDH and finds resistance inside the daily CB. Market criteria. I see a lot of extrapolation in the overnight pre-market session that may find some resistance running up into the daily CB / Monday high, providing sell opportunity if we do fall into a consolidation in the near term on the daily. If it doesn't, it'll just keep going higher, and I wouldn't chase that anyways. From the 1H, pricing higher overnight legs way too smooth, but does leave some signatures of strength. So a lot of extrapolation. May find some resistance running to the daily CB. Why? Because of the potential consolidation condition that we could be falling into in the near term. So why am I saying the markets could be falling into a consolidation in the near term? Because of how in yesterday's candle we swept both sides of PDR, previous day range. We just closed inside of that range, right? So really lacking direction. We started high on the day, we sold off, went low in the day, then closed back inside the range following day. What's going on? Now what do we have? Tuesday swept both sides of the range, hinting at potential consolidation forming as a new near-term condition. And then I'm also spotting sell accumulation at Monday highs on the drive above that. So notice how, look what we have here, right? We have this premium wick formed here. And if we look at what Tuesday did, drove above Monday's high, but closed below it. Now, if we look on the lower time frame, we can really see the accumulation of short positions noted in the damage of these wicks, right? Note sell accumulation, so a drive above PDH could potentially fail and run against what has made price appear bullish overnight. So one thing that I've come to learn about myself is I am a contrarian. I am always looking to fade what the market appears. So if it appears bullish because of what we've done in the overnight pre-market session, 8 out of 10 times I'm fading that and I'm looking to be a seller. If it looks bearish because of what we've done in the overnight and pre-market session, 8 out of 10 times I'm fading that looking to be a buyer. So that worked today and yesterday. And now we're falling into this consolidation condition, which is really, really, really optimal for the way that I trade because it's contrarian, right? We're going against what the market has done in the overnight pre-market session that retail is probably going to look at and think, oh, this is really strong, or oh, this is really heavy, right? So again, just carrying the annotation that I had on the higher time frame down to the lower time frame, I'm looking for price to find resistance inside the daily CIBI. There's no sell side run, a straight shot. If this continues to run, I'm not buying. Noting strong, nothing strong for price to grab onto. So again, if you watch up with my videos and you keep up with my videos, you know that these are the types of signatures that I look for in the overnight session. I'm getting an idea of how the market sets up overnight and pre-market, and that tells me how I want to play the market at 9:30. So if there's just a straight shot run up in the overnight session, we have no runs on sell side liquidity. And if we're looking at the hourly time frame, you don't see any strong, obvious PD ready for the market to grab onto and reject or find support, then it's probably going to take that out in one quick, clean move, especially if we continue to trade higher and we see more extrapolation in that move that we had overnight. The market continues to reach for a high premium, but there has to be reason for you to look for lower prices or reason for you to look for a drive above an old high to fail, which would come from the logic on the daily chart. Look what we've done on the daily chart. It looks like we could be falling into a near-term condition because of how Tuesday swept both sides of PDR Monday's range, closed inside that range. So retail sees this as bullish as we open high in a premium and run above Monday high. I am not interested in being a buyer. I am accumulating sells as smart money would. TP1, TP2, TP3, all delivered. So again, noting the accumulation of shorts, you can see the damage being done in the wicks. This is just an anomaly that I've noted tends to repeat over and over and over again. And I'm getting really, 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 really good at spotting manipulation and spotting the real moves and looking at where smart money is actually leveraging into the market. It's kind of crazy. And I explained that in yesterday's video. So at 9:35, and this is something that I did really, really well today. At this point in time, I'm not really trusting of this drop because we did not take Monday high. I'm in a predicament where I don't know if I should execute on it because of what we've done so far. I think I'm okay with sitting this out. And how we did not clear the buy side and turn back inside the range is not contingent with bearish premium gap opening. If we do break lower, it's coming later. So right here, in the first 5 minutes of open, I'm able to filter out a losing trade because of how the market initially dropped down. So let's go to 15-minute first. And I'm looking for my bearish premium gap opening. In simple terms, we've had a one-sided move in the overnight session, no run on sell side, so we form low resistance sell side, right? There's nothing in here that's solid, obvious, strong for the market to grab onto besides maybe this gap. But we've already traded to it once and twice, and now we've engineered a pool of sell side inside of that gap. Besides that, do you see really strong, solid market structure to send the market higher if it drops down into it? No, you don't. Okay, so that's low resistance. So if the market continues to trade up, which is what I'm looking for, as I said in my pre-market plan, if it continues to trade up, takes buy side at Monday's high, then I want to look for it to find resistance inside of the daily CIBI because based on how Tuesday closed on the daily time frame, we could be in a consolidation. So I'm not looking for a continuation above Monday's high if we're in a consolidation. That is also supported by the fact that we have this one-sided move in the overnight session, a large gap up opening, a premium gap opening, and I am not looking to be a buyer if we continue to trade higher at 9:30, am I? No, absolutely not. Because I have higher time frame narrative and market criteria supporting the idea of lower prices. What do you know? Boom. How did I miss this move? I fucked up my stop placement. We'll talk about it. So with that context behind it, usually for this playbook, the move happens right at 9:30. But what did I say in my plan? I want to see a run above Monday high. Now, what have we done pre-market? You may think that the market has done enough here to sell off and trade lower, but in my eyes, it has not. Why? Because there's unfinished business. What makes unfinished business? What classifies unfinished business? Well, if you watch one of ICT's lectures recently, and I'm still studying this shit, guys. I have already done the work of doing 2022, 2024, and a lot of 2025. I have a model. I have everything. I'm still learning because I want to know more. And every time that I watch this motherfucker's lectures, I always pick up on something new, and I see price more clearly. It makes more sense. So I will never stop learning, and I will never stop studying. Ever. So let's see if we can find it real quick. Unfinished business. Unfinished business is run on liquidity that was not completed. It's just a partial. A tiny little run on buy side, then a drop down. That's not it. They want the money. They want those orders. So If the market is bullish, you want to see bodies plunge its way into old highs / buy side liquidity for continuation. In this example, it only does that with a wick, then drop down. It doesn't leave a body up there. So a body laid through the old high is officially running the liquidity. If it leaves a wick up there, if it just leaves a wick up there, if we look at this example here, this is unfinished business. It only does a shallow run, leaving a wick up there in a bullish market. Traders see this as a sell. That's not a sell. Why? Unfinished business. If they only leave a wick up there, the damage is not necessarily done. Look at it. It's just a shallow poke of one handle. There are still orders resting above this high if they only do a shallow poke of one handle. So in my eyes, this is unfinished business. And ideally for the market to break lower at 9:30, what would I want to see it do? Trade up, clear the unfinished business, clear Monday daily high, and find resistance inside of the daily SIBI, because then that would not give the market a reason to want to trade higher. But because it dropped lower first and left the unfinished business behind, I'm not viewing this move as the real move lower. And you can see I note that in the first 5 minutes of market open. So I did really good not trusting the move lower because of how price behaved, confirmed that my bearish premium gap opening was not going to play out initially. But it did later in the session, and I ended up catching that because of the anomaly that was revealed in a recent ICT lecture that I already knew, but he just put the logic behind it, and I'm like, oh, that's what I've been saying all along, and that's the thing that continues to repeat. Even down here, we can see accumulation of long positions. Look at the damage being done in the wicks. I explained this in yesterday's video. ICT just put the logic behind it in a recent video. Look what we're doing each time we make a new low. We make a new low, but where does the candle close? Above the previous candle's low. Drive down here, where does that candle close? Above the previous candle's low. Drive down here, where does it close? Above that candle's low. Drive down here, where does it close? Above that candle's low. And it's the same thing. How many times do we do this? A lot. So we create this edge, right? We create this edge in price where every drop down, every run on minor sell side that we have, smart money is accumulating longs. This is what accumulation looks like in real time. And this is typically what we happen, or this is typically what we have before these moves. You can see the same thing to the upside. I'll put the logic behind that. But here we just run, right? Not trusting in this move. I know this shit's fake. Another reason why it's fake, it's extremely high resistance. Usually, the move that is very, very high resistance is not the real move of the day. The real move is very, very liquid, very fast, very easy. It doesn't have a hard time going anywhere. In this case, look at each previous range. Has a really hard time overlapping the previous candle's range, right? We don't want to see that. We want to see very clean, fluid price run like this. So I know this is not the real move. Add it with the context that we have unfinished business above. I'm not interested in selling this at the open. So I have to wait. So, like I said, if we do break lower, it's coming later. But at this point in time, this large move higher that we had really, really made me doubt my bias, and I started to lack conviction in my plan. Now, look here. What do we see above? We're starting to see accumulation of shorts. And now at this point in time, this is where I pull up the recording and I show you guys what I was thinking. So let's skip to it. Right, I'm looking at the market as it's driving above each candle's high. And this is where I messed up. First, let me explain to you the accumulation of shorts. So remember what I showed you on the 1 minute time frame, right? The drive below each previous low, that is failing, indicating by the close of those candles' bodies, we can see the same phenomenon happening on the upside. Takes previous candle's high, closes below it. Takes previous candle's high, and this high closes below it. Takes previous candle's high and closes below it. Then we have a change in state of delivery. I know this is a 5 minute order block. For some reason, I am scared to sell it. So going back to the recording, we can literally see that I annotate the change in the state of delivery in real time before it happens. As soon as it happens, right then and there, I know that's a change in the state. Although this close doesn't really give me a lot of confidence in the move lower. That's the change in state of delivery there. And from this point on, this can be taken as a sell. If we look at the risk here, drop back to the 1 minute, and this was the trade that I was scared to take, that I was very, very close to taking, but I was just not willing to take it. So I literally could have bottom ticked the market yesterday, top ticked the market today. Yesterday, the only reason I was able to catch the trade that I took yesterday was because I was not scared to put risk on when I had confirmation. Today, I was extremely hesitant in putting risk on. I was afraid to put my balls on the table and just literally risk 13 fucking points. Like, are you kidding me? 13 points. The thing is, I never framed the risk on this setup. I never even looked at it and thought, oh, it's only 13 points. I'm just going to try it anyways, which had I done so, I would have, because it's 13 fucking points. Do you think I care to lose 13 points after a day I made over $1,000? No. Especially with the potential range that it has below it, right? So you can see that I'm framing this idea. Oh shit, I did frame it. Okay, still didn't take it. And this is weird too. We had this divergence between the NASDAQ, or between the micro and the mini. The micro didn't make a higher high here, so I'm like, okay, what the fuck's going on there? But I did frame the risk behind it. I still don't take it. And then this is what I actually end up taking. So, right, noting this as the chain of state delivery. Now you can see I have it annotated. And then boom, large down candle that overlaps that. The fuck was that? I just heard some noise outside my window. It was a car. Okay, anyways. So now I'm thinking this is a propulsion block, because now we have an order block formed off of the order block, which it should act as a propulsion block if the market was low resistance and suddenly got low resistance from here. Now my stop loss goes above that candle's high. What happens? Comes back, stops me out. And my second mistake of the day. So first mistake is just simply not willing to put risk on behind this trade. The second mistake is how I reacted to this loss. Now, because I thought my bias was incorrect initially, because the market was extremely bullish, we had that huge run up in the overnight session, I kind of dropped the idea of looking for lower prices, but I was looking at the 4-hour candle at the time, and that shit had no lower wick, which tends to flip, right? And it did. If you look at the 4-hour. At one point in time, this was just, from here to here, this was just an up candle with no lower wick. So I'm looking at that shit. Okay, like, okay, we could potentially flip. I'm looking at the sell accumulation on the 5-minute. I'm noting how the market is respecting and rejecting. I can't believe I just left all this out, but it was this trade idea is framed off the upper quadrant, the daily SIBI. It's working off that level. Boom, 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 boom. Right? This is also a phenomenon that I notice tends to repeat, where we have this consolidation and then we roll over, which I don't want to take too long explaining that. This video is already pretty long. But how I reacted to this loss prevented me from getting anything out of this move. And it delivered fucking 300 fucking handles. But how I reacted was an extremely frustrated reaction, because I thought I should have just walked away for the day and been done. But something told me, bro, stick around. It's literally only 10 o'clock. Okay? Still a lot of time in the session. Just wait. So I did, and eventually I led to this short, which then stopped out. And then at that point in time, I got extremely frustrated with myself, because I thought I was just fading a clearly bullish market and just sticking around and fading that shit. But my plan ended up playing out. And all I had to do was put risk on at the initial change in the state delivery. That's it. That's all I had to do. For 13 handles, risk 13 handles, and figure out if this is going to work or not. But I believe that had I reacted to this loss in a different way, well, there's more opportunity to get on side. I noted this as a sell too, but after I took this loss and how frustrated I was with myself and how I freaked out after that loss, I was literally hitting myself in the face. What the fuck are you doing, bro? I don't let myself take this, because at that point in time, I was walked away for the day for sure, and then I just watch it dump. Just watch it dump. So I let this one go, but that's fine, because there's going to be more moves. Not too upset about it at all, right? So that's a quick review, quick breakdown. I'm not going to get too much into it. This video is already half an hour long. The first 10 minutes was just spent for me, just kind of talking to myself, kind of coaching myself through what I'm going through right now. But I'm going to be fucking fine. I'm going to be fucking fine. I have no excuse now. I have no excuse to continue to show up for you guys every fucking day and show you what is possible so that you can believe in yourself too. I'm going to make sure that I inspire you motherfuckers, because I'm going to make this shit happen big time, and you're going to see my humble beginnings, and you're going to see where I came from and where the fuck I am, and you're going to think, damn, this motherfucker did it. Why can't I? Why can't I? And that's exactly how I want you to think. So, talk to you guys tomorrow.